Okay, good morning all. Last class we discussed about finding the value of P with a given condition. We used discriminant to solve all these questions and we had some homeworks. Now that all of you have completed the homeworks and all, we'll move on to some more questions in this series. A little bit more advanced type of questions. So here is today's first question. I'll give the remaining part as well. So this is the question. If x equal to 2 is one root of the equation k minus 3 into x squared minus kx minus 8 equals 0, find the value of k. Also, find the other root of the equation. Second subdivision, if x equal to 4 is one root of k plus 2 into x squared minus of 5k plus 2 into x minus 4 equal to 0, find the value of k. And as before, also find the other root of the equation. So copy down the first question and we will discuss how to solve the first one. Okay, so what's your idea of solving this? Yeah, it's a pretty forward one. You need to substitute the value of 2 to the equation. You will get an equation in k. Find the value of k, put it back to the equation. You will get a quadratic equation, then find the root. Those who have understood how to solve it can solve it now. Others, wait for me. We will do it together. Okay, some of you have already completed. Very good, very good. So, for solving, put x equal to 2 in k minus 3 into x squared minus kx minus 8 equal to 0. So, you will get k minus 3 into 2 squared minus 2k minus 8 equals 0. Is this okay with everyone? Yeah, very good. Now expand it. Here it will become 4k minus 12 minus 2k minus 8 equals 0. Those who have completed can do the next one. 4k minus 2k is 2k equals 20, k equals 5 or 10. What is that? Okay, k is 10. And now you can make the quadratic equation and solve it, or we can use the formula for product and sum of a general quadratic equation. I think, hope you remember that. So for a quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. What is the formula for finding sum of the roots and product of roots? Do you remember that? Take your formula book, and it's there in the formula book. Try to find it out. Yeah, it's the alpha plus beta and alpha beta. We have the details in our formula book like this. I'll put it on the whiteboard. For a general quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c, let the roots be alpha and beta. Yeah, we have done many questions with alpha and beta. And the sum of roots is minus b by a, and product of roots is c by a. Don't get confused this with the formula for slope of a general straight line, ax plus by plus c equals 0. Most of you will get confused with the minus b by a thing. Just remember that also. And to add a note to that, don't get confused with this formula. Slope of general linear equation x plus b plus c minus a by b. Don't get confused. Now you have it. You can solve using that method as well. Try to solve it. Okay, I'll show you both the methods. So we have sum of roots as equals, what's the formula? Minus b by a. Sum of roots is equal to the negative coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x squared. So minus should be the coefficient of x minus of minus k by coefficient of x squared is k minus 3. Here one root is alpha, that is 2. We need to find beta. And in this case, product of roots is c by a. So minus 8 by k minus 3. So we have this alpha plus beta as this one, and alpha beta as the pink one. So either consider making the quadratic equation and solving it, or solve it using this method. You can find from the product and verify using the sum. Okay, many of you have completed. So this is alpha, beta is, yeah, this one, very good, very good. So 2 beta equals minus k by k is 10 by 3. So 10 minus 3. See, k is 10. So 10 minus 3, which is minus 8 by 10 minus 3 is 7. Beta can be minus 4 by 7. Is that so? Yeah. Now, if you have any confusion, just put it here in the sum of fronts and you will get a proper verification. And if you plan to use the quadratic equation, you need to substitute the value of 10 here. So I'll just scribble it down here. So that will be 10 minus 3 is 7x squared minus 10x minus 8, and you have one root as x equals 2, so x minus 2 is a factor. Either you can factorize it assuming that x minus 2 is a factor using the division method, or just simply straightforward direct factorization. Both the method I will show you. Can use any of the method. We will go for the method 2 first. Method 2, Anyway, we have this quadratic equation as 7x squared minus 10x, and what is that? Minus 8 equals 0. The normal method, sum equal to negative 10, product equals negative 56, right? So you need to get two numbers, whose sum is negative 10 and product negative 56. So what are the numbers? Yeah, sum is negative, product is negative, which means different signs. Yeah, different signs. So 1 times 56 will not work, 2 times 28 will not work, 3 won't go, 4 times 14. Okay, so 7x squared minus 14x plus 4x minus 8 equals 0. You can take 7x outside, you will get x minus 2, right? You should get that, right? And you only take 4 outside, you will get again x minus 2 equals 0. 7x plus 4 times x minus 2 equals 0. X is negative 4 by 7 or x equal to 2. C. And in method 3, try to remember the division of polynomials that we have discussed in previous year. Let me take this quadratic equation. This is our quadratic equation. We have the fact we have x equal to 2 as root, so x minus 2 is a factor. We will divide it. So here it will be 7x. You will get 7x squared minus 14x, and you need to subtract it. So this will become minus 10x minus 14x. So it will become 4x. Take the 8 down. Now you need to have a plus 4. So you'll get 4x minus 8. Obviously the remainder should be 0. Here this will become x minus 2 equal to 0 and x equal to 2. And from this you will get, sure, 7x plus 4 equal to 0 and x equal to negative 4 by 7. So you can use any of these methods, it's okay. Okay. Now try to, those who haven't completed, take down this question and solve it using any of the method you like. And it's better that you should do this as a homework, as most of you have completed, some have a little bit doubts in that. Just take down this question and I will send you the answer if you have any doubts also. We will move on to the next question. I think we can move on to the next chapter, that is solving word problems. And if you have any doubt in your max exercise questions, just send me a note. We will discuss that in the next class. Okay, now we are moving on to the next topic. So now we will deal with more with word problems. So we need to read those word problems 2-3 times, understand what all things are given in the question. Then sometimes we feel like making an equation with two variables. So you need to have only one variable. We know only to solve quadratic equation with one variable. So you will get two relations. In most of the questions, you will get two relations. So check for those two relations, and from any one of the relation, you can substitute that to the next relation. You will get the solution. So in this case, the question is find two consecutive positive even numbers. So the first condition is the numbers are positive consecutive even numbers. So we have our first clue from here, and the second clue is sum of whose squares is 452. That is the next clue. Normally we feel like using two variables x and y because two consecutive even numbers is it's okay to begin with. We can use that, but later on we need to use a little bit more logic, like try to use only one variable, and I'm just giving you the method in which we use one variable, and also I'll show you the method with two variables, and later on we will be changing into one variable equation. So here let try to write the steps so that it will be easy for you to understand later on how the logic is used. Let the first number equals x. So we assume the first number as x. So from the first condition or the second condition, you will get a clue, or it will point to the second number. So in this case, second number, consecutive positive even number. So how can you get a consecutive positive next even number from the first number? Think about that. It's not that much tough. If x is an even number, you need to add 2 to it to get the second number. So here we haven't actually used two variables. And in the other method, if you use first number as x and second number as y, you will get a relation y minus x equals 2, because The difference between two consecutive numbers is 2. So you can use y as x plus 2 and substitute in the second condition. So for the time being, I'm not just discussing this. We'll strictly stick on to single variable type. And if I give you that second method, maybe a little bit confusion will be there. Okay, I'll also give you afterwards. Now, the second condition is sum of whose squares is 452. Just try to write that in mathematical form. So that will be first number square, sum of those squares. So you need to have the first number square plus second number square equals 452. This is the best thing to start with. It's not necessary, and what I have written in this box is not necessary for your answer paper as well. But this gives you a confidence in making a equation. Now it's pretty little clear that x squared plus x plus 2 all squared gives 452. Now you need to make a quadratic equation and solve it further. Okay. Copy down this steps and try to solve it. I'll give you some more word problems that we'll discuss later on. Just work quick in solving these type. I'll give you some questions in the whiteboard and you can start solving it. Let others also complete these questions. I'll give you 1 or 2 questions on the board. You can attempt it yourself. There are 2 questions in the whiteboard. You can solve it. Hope all of you have completed all these questions because most of you have sent me answers. And what about this one? This is 14 and 16. Yes, if anyone have any doubt can just tell me. On expanding and solving you'll get 14 and 16. It's very good. And what about the answers of these questions? The sum of two numbers is 9. 18 times the sum of their reciprocals is also 9. Find the numbers. And let me check the answers. Okay, many mistakes have crept in. See, don't worry that you made mistakes. It's okay, it happens. But you should, I said, you should read the question properly many times. And another thing is, you should not be afraid of solving it, these type of questions, in the fear that you may make mistakes. Mistakes happen, and don't worry for that. We will make everything right. Sum of two numbers is 9. So what I saw in the most of the answers is most students started with x and y. Okay, it's okay. But let me try to explain it with one variable. Most of you have taken it as the numbers as x and y, then x plus y equals 9. Then later on y equal to 9 minus x. Okay, that's okay. But let us start with the variable x itself. See, sum of two numbers is 9, which means we have first number as x. Okay, x. And we should get the sum of these two numbers as 9. So, okay, I should write the first two conditions or highlight the first two conditions. Okay, that I will do. See, this is the first condition. Sum of two numbers is 9. And it's a lengthy one. 18 times the sum of their reciprocals is also 9. This is the second condition. Okay, these are the two conditions. So from the first condition, if you want to have sum of two numbers 9, we have only one option, that is the next number should be 9 minus x. Is it okay? Yeah, it's very simple, straightforward thought. Now you have two numbers, 18 times 18 times, so you will get an 18 and 18 times. So something is inside the bracket. 18 times the sum of their reciprocals is also 9. So we should get the reciprocal 1 by x, the reciprocal 1 by 9 minus x equals 9, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're asking, is it okay to take that 18 to the right side and cancel with 9? It's okay. But not a big benefit. You can do like that also. You can simplify wherever simplification happens, or you can do it like this. Now you need to take LCM and have the cross multiplication factor and all. So we'll get 9 minus x times this 9 minus time. Yeah, x as the LCM. So it will go to the right side and this will be here and this will be here. You know how to simplify with LCM and all. So I'll be trying directly. So this 2 has to go to the left side and LCM has to go to the right side. It's not that much necessary that everything should be there in the left side and right side exactly. Okay, we can take that to the right side and you will get things like this in the left side. Is this okay? Do I need to write the next step? Okay, I will write the next step. For those who have got this step, you can move ahead. So this will be 9 minus x plus x by x into 9 minus x. This will be here and this will be here, and the LCM will be product of these two. And don't get confused, don't forget. And now you can simplify it. 9 by x into 9 minus x equals 1 by 2. (18) equals 9x minus x squared. Take everything to the left side. We get x squared minus 9x plus 18 equal to 0. So you need to assume two numbers whose sum is 9 and product 18. Since sum is negative, both the numbers are negative as product is positive. So it's a simple straightforward one. You will get the factors as x minus 3 and x minus 6 equals 0. The numbers are 3, right? 3 or 6. Yes. So what went wrong is taking the reciprocal. Then some of you have got confusion in taking the first number and second number. Then 18 times. You should never forget to put bracket. Okay. And yeah, some of you have done like this. This or everything works. If you have confident enough to simplify, everything works. Okay. Now, the next one is difference of squares of two numbers is 1, 1, 2. Square of the smaller is 9 times the larger number. Find the numbers. Okay, we will solve that as well. We'll solve the question number 3 as well. And we will highlight the two parts. The difference of squares of two numbers is 1, 1, 2. So here I will be highlighting one thing first. What does it mean by difference? Many got confused with that. Difference means it's actually subtraction itself. Yeah, as you said, minus. So, but with a difference. Difference gives you big minus small. Subtraction can happen small minus big or big minus small. But difference is always positive. That is big number minus small number. Those who have overcome that confusion can move ahead. So Yeah, our first condition is the difference of squares of two numbers is 112. That's the first condition. And the second part is the square of smaller is 9 times the larger. The square of the smaller is 9 times the larger number. Again, most of you want to stick with x and y. Okay, it's okay to take big as x and small as y. Since most of you have done like this, I'll just show you. So from the yellow condition, you will get difference of squares of two numbers. So if x is big, x squared is also bigger than y squared. We'll get like this. The square of the smaller is y squared is 9 times the larger number. So square of the smaller means y squared equals 9 times the larger. And now you can easily put it here. X squared minus 9x equals 112 and solve it. And if you are using only one variable, you just need to think the square of the smaller is 9 times the larger. So if you start with big as x, square of the smaller is 9 times the larger. So you can simply write small number square equals 9 times larger. Then you have, instead of x squared minus y squared, big number square minus small number square gives 112. So you can have this okay, understood. Both methods work, but you need to read the question many times. So I have just solved for those who just think or just thought, what if we took the small number as x? It's okay, we can solve it like that also, but a little bit more tedious than the previous two methods. This also you will get like this, and here you will get u as 144 or negative 63, but negative cannot be taken as it. X squared is 144 and x can be taken as 12. And the thing is, difference of squares of two numbers, you will get plus or minus 12 will be okay, right? And using that, you can find the big number. So big number will be 144 by 9, right? Are these things working for you? Okay, you have got only 12 and 16. Okay, let me explain that a little bit. So let here be 12 and here be 16, and here it is negative 12 and here it is negative 16. Let us check whether all these conditions satisfy. The square of the smaller is 9 times the larger. See, don't get confused with negative 16 larger to negative 12. It's a wrong concept. Here, this is larger. Now you have it. Yeah. Understood? So, you won't get those two sets. The solution is these two itself. You confused with this concept. That's why I wrote the number line, and now you are clear with the concept. Okay, fine. We'll meet on the next class. Okay, bye.